on. Command has been given. Crank him up.
Let's go. When I say I don't know, I don't know.
Let's go, baby.
Now, the morning drive.
Buckle up, everybody.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
It's a game changer.
I listen to you guys every single day on my way to work.
Well, again, I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on the radio.
You guys are amazing.
What are you doing over there?
I'm going to the top.
The morning drive with Mike Bagley and Pete Pistone.
To the bat balls.
Sirius XM NASCAR Radio, Channel 90, live and on the air for this Thursday, May 4th, 2023. Mike Bagley here in Del Marvelous, Studio 1D. We've got Pistol Pete Pistone in the Paisan Palace in Chicago. We've got Sammy and Davey in Studio 134 of the Beltway Bureau in our nation's capital. We welcome each and every one of you to this Thursday morning, and happy Friday Eve to you, Triple P.
Good morning, Bagman. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday Eve to one and all. The week is flying by, and we're getting closer to the weekend of racing at Kansas Speedway. Looking forward to getting out to the Sunflower State here in a couple of days. How you doing there, Palomino?
Doing good. Doing very good. Actually, preparations to go to that Sunflower State are underway. Yesterday was a busy day. Got off the air. Had to get a haircut. Been a while. Been a long time. And the last time I went, this 19-year-old got in his hair and just tore it all to pieces. So I'm like, I went in there. I'm like, oh, God, he's working. I'm not doing this. So the guy before him that I got, John was in there. And as soon as I walked in, the 19-year-old's like, you ready? I'm like, I'm waiting on John. Okay. He takes the next guy. So John gets in there and does this thing and does what he should have did what he should have done. And so we got that buttoned up. Then I'm like, you know what? I had a hankering for some boneless wings. So I went to Hooters yesterday for lunch. Got some boneless wings. Oh, I love them. I mean, they're perfect. Just sauce is, everything's perfect. Then, in the middle of all that, I look out, and what's that stuff that, the ice stuff starts with G? You mentioned this the other day. Gravel?
Grapple.
Grapple.
I think it's grapple, yeah. Did you have some of that?
Well, we had that yesterday. We are still
Grapple.
in the inclement weather pattern from the weekend.
Oh, man.
We have showers that are pinwheeling in here. Mm-hmm. And it's sunny out here right now. We're supposed to get more today and more tomorrow, but we've not really had a lot of sun since last Wednesday, Thursday. So we're struggling to break into that territory. But yeah, we had grapple, little ice pellets falling from the sky yesterday.
Rough.
Downpour, and then sun was out 10 minutes later. It's like, and then it got cloudy again. So we're still in that pinwheel effect of this low that is hovering over, I guess, y'all or somewhere around there.
Yeah, well, it pushed out of here, so hopefully it'll push out of where you are. We're now in 76-degree territory today, and it's supposed to be nice around here. It's supposed to be pretty warm, actually, in Kansas for the weekend as well. You know, you talk about the barber situation and waiting for someone that you want and not having someone you don't want cut your hair. It reminds me, the other night I mentioned I was out with the boys, the crew that, we all known each other since high school. When we were in high school, there was a place that about 4 or 5 of us used to go to get our hair cut. It was a little Italian guy, Johnny, the barber. We all went to see Johnny. How you doing, Pete? Come on in. Where's the Ron? I haven't seen Larry in how long? Come he was in there. You should see his neck. It's full of hair.
Seriously, he talk like that?
That's how he would talk. High-pitched Italian guy, literally right from Sicily there. So we used to go see Johnny. Well, there was a time where Johnny was trying to get his son into the business. So Johnny tried to pawn off his son on some of us while we went to see Johnny, and I think the kid's name was Giuseppe. I'm not making that up. I'm pretty sure. Well, Giuseppe will take care of you. No, you know what, Johnny? I'll wait for you. I'm good. I got some things to do in the mall. I'll go do that, and when you're ready to come in, because one of us, and I don't remember who, the sacrificial lamb, let Giuseppe cut the hair. Oh. It made Noah Gregson's look good, okay? That's how bad it was.
Wow.
Yeah. So I get I feel your pain where you don't want the guy that they want you to get. You want to wait for the main guy there. So good for you. Good move.
Yeah. I'm not about that. It's like, you know what? I'll wait. I'll just do that.
Yes.
I'm not gonna. No. Mm-hmm. That's basically about it.
That was your day? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm looking at this forecast for Kansas.
Warm. Hot.
90
Yeah.
Saturday, 91 Sunday. This is going to be our first hot race of the year.
Saw that.
Good grief.
Well,
normally we're still shivering, and of course we're trying to hang on to whatever we can hang on to so we don't get blown away. Now I wonder what the wind situation is going to be like, but whenever we go to Kansas, we always got wind. But at least, no, we're not. I don't think I'm going to have to take the parka this weekend with 91 degrees.
No, it looked hot, which, again, it's going to be interesting what that's going to do to the racetrack, make it a little slick and all that kind of thing with the cars. So that'll be fun. I had a pretty busy day yesterday. I had this show. I recorded a show for Big Ten, did the live show for Big Ten today in the afternoon. And, of course, I mentioned yesterday the oven delivery. And, of course, they gave us the window of between 3 and 6 in the afternoon. So we got the very last. And you know what? The more I think about it, the place we bought it from is not that far from here. So I'm sure they go out as far as they came and they come on the way back. Right. And they were great. I mean, this place, I've told you before, it's apt, very good. But, of course, right when I got off the air at 5 my time with the Big Ten guys and Shelly was leaving for her Wednesday night workout, here I am with Buddy bringing the boys in. But it was good. No muss, no fuss. It's in. Now, I couldn't christen it last night because once he got it in, he said, I'm going to turn it on. He showed me all the – actually, there's an app to run the oven, which that seems wild to me. He had to run the oven for like 2 hours, I guess, Mike, because there was some chemicals or whatever, so impurities, he said, in the oven to burn them off. And so we didn't get to christen it. But, yeah, that all went pretty well. Not bad. And last night I went over to my mom's and hung out with her, and we just watched some sports and did watch, unfortunately, your Sixers go down – to the Celtics as one of these sporting events. Cubs lost to the Nationals again. I thought you guys told me the Nationals were terrible. What's going on? They beat the Cubs 2 out of 3 so far this week. What's going on?
It's just a momentary period of success. I'm not
really.
I'm not getting too high on this. No.
All right. Yeah, I'm like, we're going to go in there and sweep them, and it's like, what the heck? We've lost 2 out of 3
I will say,
games.
I did check the score last night, and I was like, another one. Wow. I'm kind of shocked. It's like the Rookie of the Year. And the Nationals have their longest winning streak of the season. 2.
Exactly. So everybody okay there in Philly, Mike, after the MVP ceremony was sort of, dissed on by the Celtics last night for Embiid?
Well, those celebrations were short-lived, obviously.
Yeah.
We have an anchor here on the ABC affiliate, Tamala Edwards, Tam for short.
Tammy.
And she came in hot this morning. She was trying to throw to the story on the Sixers losing last night. It was a disaster.
Jeez.
She's that motherly figure that's very direct sometimes, but she does it in a funny way. It's not in a malicious way, but she'll call it like she sees it. So like she's going after the Eagles and all that stuff. What was that? My Lord, why didn't we stay home? Why did we waste the gas to go? It's like one of those,
Yeah.
But yeah, she says, boy, that was rough. She says, way to kill an MVP celebration.
Jeez, take it easy.
I'm like, Tam, Mama, pump the brakes.
It's only the second game of the series. There's a ways to go here.
Yeah, but we got the MVP back and we tanked last night. So it's like, what's that about? I thought that we would have done, let's give the thing back to James Harden. We'll let him take care of everything.
Well, the good news is you split one of the 2 games on the road, and that's what you want to do in a playoff series. So now you got
get it back home.
You get it back
run
home.
The board.
Right. So, we'll see.
Well, kind of.
Take it easy.
So to speak.
Run the board.
Perfect. Perfect scenario. That's what we would do.
Yeah. So what else? We got the Wells Fargo golf tournament down in Charlotte. I talked to some folks down there in the Charlotte area that were going and hanging out there. Kentucky Derby on Saturday. We were talking before the show. Quite frankly, I didn't kind of remember that this is the first Saturday in May. But the Run for the Roses on Saturday there in Louisville, which I've never been to. Been to Louisville, but never been to the Kentucky Derby.
I've been by it. I've seen the spires, but I've never been to it. You've got NASCAR in Kansas this weekend. You've got the Kentucky Derby. You've also got Formula One in Miami this weekend.
Here too. Yeah.
So you got a lot on the sports landscape, plus NBA playoff finals, or not finals, but NBA playoffs.
And I also want to mention, I will be in Kansas this weekend. If I weren't, I would be up at Madison Speedway in Wisconsin. It's the second ASA National Tour Super Late Model Race. They got like 45 entries for this thing on Sunday. So that unification between the ASA side and the SRL. I know Berlin's got the SRL race coming up in June, the Money in the Bank. I thought I saw their social media say they had over 30 entries already. It seems, Mike, that unification and maybe a more of a regular set of rules, for one series is working. So I wish them a lot of luck with Madison. If I weren't in Kansas, I certainly would be up there for that race for sure.
Well said.
That's good to see. A lot of these local short tracks getting fired up, and a lot of them having some big events here in the springtime.
Yeah.
I saw Jeff's tweet about what's going on in Berlin. Of course, they're getting ready for SRX and all that coming up in August on MIS weekend.
Yeah.
And it seems like that short tracks are off to a good start. There have been some rainouts.
Man.
But it looks like that the weather's clearing up and we'll be able to get some racing in on the local level as well as the national level.
Last weekend, between the short track rainouts and the baseball postponements, it was really a bad weekend for weather. So they need good weather on those short track sides of things. And Rockford Speedway on Saturday night will have their final 76 season opener there Saturday night. So if you're looking for some short track racing there, the thing I love about Rockford, outside of the many things I love about Rockford, is we always talk about, timing and getting things started when they should. Mike, when they say first green flag for the trophy dash is at 7:07, you could set your watch by those race cars coming out of turn number 4 out of the pits and taking the green flag at 7:07. I love it. Like clockwork. And you got kids there, and they're very kid friendly at a place like that, like a lot of short tracks are. You get out of there by 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. You've had a great night. But I love it when they say 7:07. Green flag is in the air. Trophy dash is on the racetrack. I love it.
Well, I love promoters like that, and there are some out there that are militant about starting things on time and getting people out of there. It's like they want to get you in, give you a good show, and get you on the road, especially for those tracks in the middle of the week. But even on weekend, to me, and this is the way I view tardiness of all forms. It doesn't matter if promoters are starting races late, keeping somebody waiting for lunch or whatever like that. Just respect my time, please. If I'm here on time, you told me what time to be here, I'm here and you're not. That to me is disrespectful. And now, granted, there are things that pop up that sometimes are out of folks' control. Now I'm going back to the promoter side. There are some things that happen, but don't start your features at 10:30. It's like, what are you, nuts?
Rough.
You're not getting people out of there until like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. You've had them there since 5 and 6 for hot laps. What are you doing? My God, we could have run a Coca-Cola 600 and a half. What we're doing here tonight. It's like, good grief.
Ridiculous. I saw hot laps at one track this past weekend start hot laps like at 8 o'clock. Hot laps. Terrible. Now, you talk about kind of picking up the pace. The first month of the Major League Baseball season's in the books, and I read yesterday or the day before, TV ratings are up, and they attribute a lot of that to the pitch clock and speeding up these games. These games now, I think the average was 2 hours and 36 minutes for month number 1 of Major League Baseball, and they think that's a reason people are tuning in and staying in, which, again, I think that's a very smart move, and I think a lot of college football now will not stop the clock after they get a first down. They'll keep it rolling, and because they want to tighten up these games this fall when we kick off in August.
Okay, it's funny you bring that up because I was reading a story yesterday. You talk about the pitch clock and speeding up the games. Well, it's not the best for TV coverage because some of the TV producers are scrambling because there's not enough time to tell stories. There's not enough time to show crowd reaction or pump the crowd in because it's bam, 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 bam. And they're having a difficult time adjusting to that. So while, yes, it's a win over here of time on the clock, it's also changing the presentation and stories that are told or not told because of that expeditious nature of the game. Damn, Sam.
Oh darn!
Well,
oh darn! I don't get to hear a story about how so and so's mother was did this, and I sometimes those fluff stories, it doesn't bother me.
I agree.
I don't need crowd shots of a little kid with ice cream on his face enjoying look at that little whippersnapper in the stands out there. I don't care. Just show me the base. I'm watching baseball. I'm not watching for feel good stories about different things and people in the crowd. I don't really care. I want to watch baseball, and I will. Honestly, I've watched more baseball this year combined on television than I have in the last 5 or 10 years almost. Because I can sit there and watch, hey, it's 30 minutes. I've watched 2.5 innings of baseball already. This is 3 innings almost. This is fantastic.
Got to tighten it
we'll
up.
put Sammy down for a no for story time.
Well,
there are some folks that like that.
But I think there's a happy medium. Baseball, listen, you brought it up. Baseball falls into the trap that I think NASCAR does sometimes with the too many back-in-the-day stories, right? I don't need to hear about Ted Kluszewski in 1956 if I'm 18 years old. You know what I mean? I do.
Teddy.
You can cut some of that. I think that's right. Now, you talk about the crowd reaction shots. The producer at the Oakland A's game doesn't have to worry about that. 2,500 people. 2,500 people, Mike, at a Major League Baseball game Monday night.
Oh, I know. I saw the picture. Matter of fact, I took a screenshot of it.
It's just sad.
It's sad.
It
Just
is
move
just-
now. Just move now. Well, that's what you get when you tell your fan base, by the way, we're leaving at the end of the year. Yeah, screw you.
And you
Why
also
don't leave
haven't
now?
done anything to improve the
Lame
stadium
duck.
or the team for years.
How excited are you if you're a resident of Las Vegas? Hey, we get a baseball team that has been terrible for this long and they don't put any money into it, and now they're just going to come here and then be like, hey, we love Las Vegas. Oh, yeah, that's real exciting. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It can only go up,
Did-
though. I
But a
guess.
smart
Sam,
move by the
hold on a
owners
second.
because they got a stadium built for free, basically. in
Sammy,
Vegas.
have you been hanging out with Danielle, or did you have an immense ingestion of sodium this morning? You're a little salty this morning.
No,
about
I just,
everything.
I
He's
just,
keeping it real. He's keeping it real.
I mean, look, like I said, I watch sporting events for sports. I don't need puff pieces and soft news. I also think honestly, like, dude, the Oakland A's, to me, they made a freaking movie about the Oakland A's, and now they're not even the Oakland A's anymore.
The Moneyball movie, yeah.
Brad Pitt. They made Scott Hatterberg like a thing, Bagman.
The A's
were
are gone.
good.
The Raiders are gone. The Warriors are gone. They got nothing.
True.
I don't.
Let-
To
yeah.
me, Oakland was like.
Get the lights.
Oakland's not like a sports. It wasn't like a sports city, but it was almost like a mythical place. You know what I mean? Like Oakland was just like, what is? I didn't know as a kid from Indiana. I didn't know what the hell Oakland was. I knew what San Francisco was, but I had no idea what Oakland was. And it's just, I feel bad for the people who were like die. I couldn't imagine losing my NFL team, losing a baseball team. Now, obviously, they lost it for reasons that like people maybe don't support it as much. But if you were, obviously, there's 2,500 Oakland A's fans. I feel bad for those people. And then they're just going to go to Vegas and welcome us with open arms while we take your tax money and then don't put out a good team on the field. It's ridiculous.
They have lost one of every Major League franchise. They've lost the baseball team now. They've lost an NFL team. They lost an NBA team. They lost an NHL team. They had the California Golden Seals was the name of their NHL team back in the day, and they moved, I think, to Cleveland, I want to say. But they ran the table. So there you go. There were more possums at the game the other night than there were fans.
Salud. I hope they had a good time.
It's possum night here at the ballpark. Here he is.
Coming up on the show, bottom of the hour, headline check number 1. We've also got Pistol Pete's power rankings coming up. That will as well be at the bottom of the hour. Coming up at 8:15 this morning, we'll visit with Connor Mosack. Going to talk a little ARCA Menard Series racing this morning with Connor, who has done some NASCAR Xfinity Series racing for Sam Hunt Racing and will be doing some JGR Xfinity Series racing in June. Also coming up at 8:50, we've got the calendar. Busy back half of the show this morning. Booty Barker will get us kicked off at 9. He's Bubba Wallace's crew chief. We'll talk with Corey LaJoie's crew chief Ryan Sparks at 9:30. Trucks are back on track at the Kansas Speedway this weekend after a 2-week break. Grant Enfinger will stop by and preview the proceedings, and we'll also visit with Dave Alpern, the president of Joe Gibbs Racing, at 10:30 a.m. Eastern this morning. We'll take your telephone calls at 866-PIT-LANE and your tweets at SiriusXM NASCAR, hashtag TMD NASCAR.